So we continue working with lists. To start, we will change the path to our file in the project settings to a new one. The new file contains a list of emails which includes duplicates, an email with an error in the form of exclamation marks, a random string, and also several empty lines. Using this file as an example, we will go over some functions for working with lists. So we've changed the path. We also need to remove the actions from the previous lesson. Select them, click on them, and press the delete key. Restart the project so that the data from the file is loaded into our list. Go in, review the content, and see that all the data has been loaded. Uncheck this box. Save list changes to file so that the original file remains unchanged. Close it. In the previous lesson, we covered how to get a single, the first line. Now let's look at how to get a random line and create a new variable for itmail. Select Run Action. We create a new variable, and when we run the action, we see that each time a new line appears. Besides the random and the first line, we can also select a line that contains certain text, or does not contain text. That's all clear. We can also select a line that matches a regular expression or does not match a regular expression. Let's break it down. First, whether it matches or not, we have a list of emails. There is a universal regular expression. It looks like this, which matches all emails. Let's copy and paste it. Now, only those entries that actually match our regular expression, that is, real, valid emails, will be saved to our variable. And here, the problem is that only the very first element that matches the regular expression is actually saved, which means subsequent matches are ignored. So let's choose does not match the regular expression. To change this, you either need to shuffle the list or remove the previously selected element. We see that in our list. There are elements that are unsatisfactory, such as empty strings, an error, and a random string. Let's check the box to delete after taking and observe how our variable behaves. An empty string was taken, then another empty string, an error, a random string, and on the next run of the action, we get an error because all the elements are used up. If we go to our list, we'll see that only the strings matching our regular expression remain. When the elements run out, the program will follow the red branch. That is, if the execution is incorrect, the program will go down the red branch. And besides taking a line, we can also add new strings. To add a string, we need to insert a value from a variable. Let's create it. Let's create a new variable and call it text. And we'll write some text in it. We set the variable and can place it at the end, at the beginning, or at a specific position. It's important to remember that numbering in lists starts from 0, as in all programming. Therefore, if you want to place it at the very beginning using the action for position, you set it to 0, perform this action, and then you will see that our text was inserted right at the start. The same logic applies if you want to find an element in the list. As before, by position, that is, by number, you select the first string, and the variable email stores the text. That's it. We can also delete rows. To do this, we use delete rows, and we can delete the first one, delete the entire list. Delete by position in the same way, or by whether it contains or does not contain text, and also by whether it matches or does not match a regular expression. Let's first look at those that do not match the regular expression and update our list. Let's restart our project so that our list returns to its original state. And once again, let's insert regular expressions that match email addresses. If we perform this action, the list should be cleared of empty lines and erroneous lines. Let's do it. We check our list, and we see that only the lines that match the regular expression remain. In the same way, you can also clear out all the emails. Only now, instead of does not match, we do the opposite. We run it, and our list has become empty. Let's refresh our project so the list returns to its original state. We can also remove empty lines, meaning those that contain only spaces. We can see that our list contains several completely empty lines. And to remove these spaces, we select Remove Lines Containing Only Whitespace Characters. We perform this action, and now there are no more spaces in our list. Next, let's go over how first. Let's refresh the list. Let's go over the Shuffle Elements action. If we need to shuffle the elements each time, for example, we first take the first email, and then we need to pick another random element. Then we use the Shuffle Elements action. That's it. Shuffle the elements of the list. We look at its initial state, perform the action. We check again, the order is completely different. Let's figure out how to save the list to a file. Save the file. You can choose a delimiter. By default, it's set to a new line, or as specified in the list. We can set a comma and specify the name of our file. Let's save it as emails.txt. We can check the box Append to the end of the file. This is done so that if, for example, there is already a file called emails.txt in the project directory, its data won't be cleared or replaced by our new data, but will instead be appended to the end of the list. This option is set so as not to lose any data. Our file is new, so nothing will be deleted. Let's perform this action. Let's move on to our project director, and we can see that the file emails has been created. We open it and see that all our list elements are listed, separated by commas, and the last element is also separated by a comma. Let's close it. In the same way, instead of saving the file, we can combine all the list elements into a variable. Click on Join. We'll leave the comma as is, and let's not change the variable. We'll save everything into the email variable just like before. We perform this action, and we see that all our elements from the list have been saved into the email variable. These were the most basic, fundamental operations with lists. See you in the next lessons.